Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and today I'm talking about our weekly, I guess not weekly, this, I'm talking about our transactions for the IBL. So, if you guys have talked to me about the league, you know that I really hate Togetic. It's a mon that I picked up thinking it could fit well on my team, but I just think I'm not sure how many teams it could fit well on. It's a really bad Pokemon. It gets a really nice move pool, but it's just really let down in so many areas that it just did not like it. And if you also know along the same vein, I like Vikavolt, but I don't think it fit really well on my team. It's so slow. It can hit really hard, but you pretty much either have to set up an agility or make predictions on switches. And I don't know. I was not a fan of how Vikavolt played with this team in particular. I love the mon. I think it's a fantastic tier 4, but I was in need of a little bit of change. And Brendan, that jerk, decided to drop Rotom. So I don't know if any of you guys know this. I didn't really talk about it to a whole lot of people, but Rotom was pretty much the only Pokemon on my plan that I did not get. I was planning on getting it, and Brendan took it the turn before I was going to draft it. And so then he just dropped it. So shout out to Brendan for picking this up and then never using it and then dropping it, so that he just screwed my entire team up, making me take 2 free agent transactions to get it back. So yeah, that's a little bit of a tidbit. We do drop Vikavolt and Togetic and pick up 2 mons, the first of which being Rotom, because as I said, it fits very well with my team. It gives me another defogger. It gives me a nice little bulky mon. I mean, 50 HP is Garbo, but 107 defense and 107 special defense is really not bad. It's pretty solid, along with that solid 105 special attack as well. 86 obviously isn't a great speed tier, but for a Pokemon that I'm going to be more likely than not using defensively, it is not bad. It's nice for volt switches because I can get fast volt switches on slower, tankier walls, as well as slow volt switches on more potent offensive threats. So overall, I just really like the synergy it had with my team. Rotom gets so many interesting moves. Leaf Storm is such a nice, strong grass-type attack. I mean, I do already have a grass-type, I believe. Cradilly, yeah, I have Cradilly, but Cradilly is not an offensive powerhouse. And I think this mon fits my team much better as the grass type than Cradilly did. Cradilly is mostly just there for hazards, although I do have something nice coming up for y'all that y'all might enjoy. Depending on the week. I'm not sure which week it is, but I do have a set planned against a particular opponent that will be utilizing Cradilly in a way that I have not yet. But we're not here to talk about Cradilly. We're here to talk about these. I'm really happy to have Rotom. It gives me another viable Scarfer, as well as a Trick Scarfer, which is always very nice to have on your team. Volt Switch is fantastic. This Pokemon can lure in ground types, which majority of which are physical, seeing as Earthquake is just such a good move. And I can go ahead and hit him with the Will-O-Wisp, as well as being able to levitate. So really just a huge fan of this mon in general. And hoping it works out well for the team. It can't be worse than Togetic. I'll put it that way. It is nice, really nice to have this as my defog option now, because Togetic being my only removal was a little bit of a nightmare, especially since Rotom actually isn't weak to hazards or affected by spikes or toxic spikes because of the levitate ability. So this thing just overall takes less from hazards, defogs them away faster than Togetic does, takes hits better. Even with Eviolite, I think that the typing of Rotom really helps, as the fairy flying typing isn't ideal in my opinion. It works okay for Togekiss, but not Togetic is just not. I really, if you're taking anything away from this video, it's that Togetic is absolute trash. So we did pick up one more mon though, and as you can see, because we dropped Togetic, we do not have a fairy type, but my boy Comfy was more than available. I don't know why I didn't just pick this up in the first place, to be honest. This mon is one that I am very familiar with. I'm a huge fan of this Pokemon. It gets so much utility. Wish, it gets Defog, it gets Tailwind, it gets, oh god, what is it? Like, not Synthesis, but it gets Heal Bell, I think, or something like that. It is a great cleric, is what I'm trying to say. It's an absolutely fantastic cleric, as well as with triage. That ability is so nice. This mon is, if you can get it in front of something, and start setting up Calm Minds, it can really put in a lot of work to a team. I've won a couple of games actually by just throwing in Comfy on a Mon that can't really dent it and just clicking Calm Mind 2 or 3 times and winning. You just throw out a Leech Seed on the first turn, start getting that residual health. You Calm Mind up, either they switch or they stay in and go for an attack. Usually you can stay healthy enough, especially with Priority Synthesis, to kind of bulk up and start sweeping down teams. But as I said, it also has huge merit as a defensive Pokemon. Obviously, its 51 HP really lets it down, but 90 defense is serviceable, and 110 special defense is actually really good. Also, having it at base 100 is really nice, because it does clump it in with a lot of those Pokemon and helps it outspeed different walls. This is something that with Natural Cure can come in and soak up Toxics or Thunder Waves and then just bounce back out with not much to do. It is a super versatile Pokemon, as well as giving me another Defogger and just a nice fighting and dragon type sponge that Togetic just was not. Togetic could come in on a dragon type attack, but there's so many other types of attacks that could lay down the law and do so much damage to Togetic in return, as well as outspeeding it. Well, Comfy is going to be able to outspeed some of the slower threats, and if it doesn't, obviously Priority Draining Kiss is a nice little cleaning move if you can get the chip damage off on something. So overall, I think dropping Togetic and what's the other one? I've already forgot. Vikavolt for Rotomo and Comfy is going to give my team a lot of versatility. It gives my team better hazard removal options. It gives me a Tailwind user. It gives me a setup sweeper. It gives me another Scarfer. It just adds so much to my team while not really losing that much. I do lose the raw power that Vikavolt had, which is a little bit unfortunate, and I do lose the ability to Baton Pass with Togetic, but as I said, Togetic is not taking enough hits to successfully Baton Pass something anyway, and Vikavolt is so slow that unless you're scarfing it or running agility, it is pretty much useless. So really happy with these transactions. I'm really hoping they start to pay off. There's some very winnable games in our future. This weekend we play Davian of Noivern Nation, who is a fantastic battler. Then the week afterwards we play Odds. We have our break. We play Darude, which should be a very interesting match. Darude has beaten me every single time we've played. And then I think we ride into Wamar, possibly? I don't know. But definitely some winnable games. I feel like we've gotten a lot of our tougher matchups out of the way early, which is a little unfortunate for morale and streaks, but definitely nice for the latter half of the season. So hopefully this little update video is enough to keep y'all satisfied until this Saturday, when we're right back at it again with the IBL action. And let me know how you like the transactions in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Later, peace, etc., etc.